Oh boy, it's been a minute since I did one of these things, right? What's going on, everybody? My name is Hector and I'm one sleepy giant, and you probably already know that if you watch this channel. If you watch this channel, you would realize that I've been uploading a lot more content recently and not really like updating on the way things have been working or the way that I plan for things to work moving forward. So I figured now's a good opportunity to sit down and talk about it, or rather stand, because I'm standing, you might be sitting, whatever. I kind of just want to explain the way things have been done here for a while, and I kind of just, it's not really scripted or anything. I just figured, let me just have the one-on-one with you and kind of just like talk about like everything in a sense. But first of all, I want to say that I really appreciate all the support that I was given throughout the year on my videos. Some of these videos have been performing much better than a lot of ones in the past have done, and I really appreciate that. You know, I'm still kind of small on this channel over here, but seeing the number of views on the video surpassing like how many subscribers I have is pretty cool. And you know, I try not to focus on the numbers too much. I won't ever say that like they don't mean anything to me or that I don't pay attention to them, because it is honestly like satisfying to see that go up. That's what you want to see when you do these kinds of things. But that said, I've never been somebody who's like super obsessive over them. Like, I don't get demoralized when videos that I put a lot of work on don't really perform the way that like I would hope or any of that stuff. But I don't really, you know, get too bothered by it. I keep pushing because, you know, that's just the way things go on the internet. Not everybody's interested in the things you're interested in, right? That is to say that I've been producing a lot more content on the channel recently. I used to edit videos on my own, and eventually I figured that was unsustainable because I do work a full-time job, and I eventually got an editor, and the first editor I worked with was Mr. DeLorean, Mikey. He's always been great for me. I really appreciate all the work he helped me do, and I will pretty much continue working with him in the future, depending on the need. But recently, given the upgrade in consistency, I want to say, for my channel, I went and started working with a new editor just because I felt like he was meeting the demand that I needed more, because Mikey has other things going on, so I didn't want to like offload all my work onto him. So we started working with Ishi, and Ishi has been fantastic, and he's helped me get the kind of consistency that I've wanted for my videos for the longest time, and I'm going to be trying to continue that energy that I've brought forward the last 6 months coming into the new year. The aim is to be around 1 or 2 videos a month if I can help it. Honestly, that's really going to depend on me more than anybody else, so if it doesn't work out, then you know who to blame. There's also kind of just been like the way that I've been scaling things recently, and I remember when I was first starting up the videos, like I was sitting out here trying to do like the standard like 1 through 10s and giving games 7 and 8s and stuff like that, and I realized that I kind of don't want to do things that way, because in the time that I put things in the video and you know, more into the future, I realized that like sometimes my opinion changes on the things I've played. I try not to go like too hard off of first impressions for videos, and also I kind of just wanted to you know, switch it up a little bit, because I figured that was a little too vanilla. So that's when I started you know, using all the medals that I put at the end of the videos, which are basically my scores. And I realized that, you know, at this point people kind of just like realize how that goes when they're watching my stuff, but obviously like there's hopefully only going to be like growth and consistency and more people who are going to see my stuff in the future. So to put it in the most simple way I can put it, it's like my scores are essentially like putting things on tiers. I'm basically making a tier list out of all the things I put on this channel. You would see like I throw out a bronze medal all the way up to a diamond medal, and people would probably think that like bronze is still kind of good, but in my mind, the way I put it on here, like bronze was only just good enough for me to want to talk about in some capacity. It's kind of like that meme where, you know, you see the one guy winning an Olympic medal and he's going off and celebrating, and then the last panel is like he's the last guy on the panel with like 6 other people ahead of him just looking at him like, what's going on with this guy? That's what bronze means for me in this case. I figured it was kind of funny that way. But those medals were also produced by Hien Kong over on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm still dead naming it, whatever. And he's been great to work with. I've done multiple things with him, and same way that I've worked with multiple artists over the last couple of years, because originally I was doing most of my artworks and things like that for my Twitch channel, which was, you know, like something I worked on for a long time. I've been streaming for over 4 years at this point, and I tried to work on YouTube content alongside the streaming content, but it kind of just like was really hard for me to find a balance there because I just wasn't allowing myself time to work on videos, and that played into the issues with my consistency over the last couple of years. But a little over a year ago, I kind of low-key quit streaming for a while there. I was gone for like almost a year and a half, but we came back in September, and in that time I decided to up my consistency and my production quality for my videos, and you know, like that kind of shows through, I guess. But the thing now for me has kind of been this balancing act where now that I'm streaming again, I've been doing like streaming like 3 to 4 times a week or more depending on how things go, but I will also afford myself about half the week to work on the videos that I want to work on. So again, we'll see how that works out in the long run, but this is kind of just the way that I've been doing things lately. So, you know, if you ever want to see me like doing Let's Plays or whatever of the things that I might cover on this channel, then, you know, be sure to follow me over on the Twitch channel. But that is not to say that everything I do on the Twitch channel ends up here. That's honestly like not the case at all. You know, like I've just been putting my best foot forward here, and you know, we got editors, I got a lot of different amazing artists who I've worked with in the past and will continue to work with in the future on the things that I want to do. And you know, music, that's one big thing with me. I love music, and I want to be able to bring you as many different tastes as possible. So I get a lot of music work done by tons of different amazing musicians. And I mean, if you've ever seen any video in my credits or like just my last channel update video, which was like years ago, my intro theme is originally composed by T. Lopes. And if you love like Sonic, Sega, or just like, you know, just like video game music in general, at this point I feel like it'd be hard to not know who T. Lopes is, and I super appreciate him for the work he did, because to this day I'm still using that theme. But I've recently had it like arranged by another amazing musician on Twitter named Yellow, and he is fantastic. I love that guy, and you should be checking him out if you want to see like some of the stuff that he does. But I also work with other musicians like Dan Demers, Nestor Toimil, just lots of people in general. And also, you know, like people a little closer, like my cousin. He's done things for me that you may or may not hear in upcoming content. I'm like very grateful that all these people like, you know, help, like are willing to work with me. And you know, I guess they see the potential in the work, and I see it too, because I believe in what I do and I want to keep working towards it. And you know, when it comes to all of that stuff, it's just been something that like I've always had the habit of constantly changing, reiterating, growing in a sense. So with that said, the intro music will be getting a new remix that you will probably hear by the next upcoming video. I kind of don't want to throw that out here, but just letting you know that that's another thing that once again will get refreshed. Hopefully I can continue to work with more amazing people like that in the future, because it just like, it fills me with joy and a little bit of pride to be able to work with so many talented people and sort of give them a spotlight here, which is like, you know, you say that kind of thing out loud and it's just like, but Sleepy, you only have like less than 500 subs, and it's just like, you know, hopefully when some of these videos go through and like people who don't know me see these videos, they might see some of the stuff I do and want to go check out other people. Like that's just kind of the aim. I'm not really getting a big head about it, but I love to be able to try to support in my own way, and this is my own way. So we're gonna continue to do that, and hopefully, you know, like everybody gets a come up out of this, you know. I would love for that to be the case, but that's kind of just the way things have been done here for a while. They will continue to be done so. I've also recently joined up, as I mentioned in my last couple of videos, with a couple of my friends in a group that they started named Giant Bento, and that didn't honestly have anything to do with me before I joined it. I guess I just kind of like got grandfathered into the branding, so that's dope. But you know, Kami and Christy have been amazing friends to me for a long while now, and it's been honestly the funnest thing ever getting together with these guys and working on new content for that channel specifically that you can always check out on your own time. And like they're working on that on the side as I work on my own thing over here. I'm just glad to be able to enjoy what I'm doing with them, because that's kind of something I always wanted to do for the longest time. It's been low-key a little bit of a dream of mine to be able to get together with a bunch of like-minded, talented content creators and be able to come together and just work on stuff like that. Like no pressure, no hassles, just fun. And it got a little bumpy here and there when like I've tried it in the past with other people, but so far this is working. And I hope that when you start checking out what they have going on over there, with or without me included, that you will enjoy and see that that shines through. I'm just gonna be like probably plugging them more on the channel here if it you know, makes sense with the stuff that I'm talking about. Look forward to that content and look forward to the stuff I have going on in the next year. I figured I'd just give you a plan for what's probably going to be happening all throughout 2024. I'm looking forward to being a lot more consistent on this channel and hopefully growing from it, because we have seen a little bit of an upward trend recently, and I just kind of want to keep that train rolling. So hopefully, you know, you can get a lot out of that and everything else that we've got going through in the next year, all throughout 2024, because I do plan to be much more consistent, and hopefully you're there for a lot of it. I hope that I get to do a lot more interesting opportunities. You know, it doesn't really have a place here, but you know, I've been able to work with companies like Sega and Square Enix, like getting review copies and stuff like that in the past, which is amazing for me and my portfolio in the past. So I hope that I have a lot more opportunities coming forward. A lot of that'll show through, I guess. We're going to be working on tons of things moving forward. I hope you're there to look forward to all of that stuff, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. But if anything, the next one, as I mentioned at the end of my Thunder Rave video, is going to be Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, which is probably going to be in the works or close to done by the time this video goes up, so that's another thing to look forward to. But now that we cleared up a little bit of stuff and, you know, kind of just not really outlined, but just got like a general idea of how I'm going to be progressing, I will definitely make sure to keep you guys more informed on what I've got going on. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter or BlueSky or Threads or whatever else you want to use when you don't want to use Twitter, because fuck Elon. And yeah, that's kind of it. So I just wanted to say thank you guys again, as I said earlier on in the video, for all the support and all of the hopefully continued support. And I just want to do the best that I can do on here, and I hope that you guys just enjoy what we have coming through. I probably repeated that a few times. This isn't scripted. I'm kind of just going off the cuff, but this is kind of the end of it, right? So that's all I really got here. So I'm probably gonna get off now, and I'll, you know, make sure that we keep the next videos tight and flowing. So thank you all for your time. My name is Hector, and I'm One Sleepy Giant. I had a lot of fun, but I'm not gonna take a nap this time. I gotta set up a couple of things before I go to bed. I just wanted to get this out the way. Thank you for your time, and see you later.
Hold it!
Hey y'all. Post-recording editing room giant here, and I realized when I was editing this video that I totally forgot to mention something that I think was pretty big moving forward, so I'm just cutting in here to make sure I add that in at the end so that we can all be on the same page about this. And the reality is that I've been working on this channel by myself for a long time, and I've put my best effort forward, and as I mentioned in the video, sometimes for consistency's sake, I've looked into getting editors and things like that. So naturally that means that I've put a lot of investment into the production of videos on this channel, and I do that all out of pocket. I'm not monetized here on this channel or anything like that at the moment. So the reality is that the more effort I put in, the more that is required of me. So in the best interest of making sure that I'm producing the best content possible, I have decided to open a Patreon after much thought, because I didn't really want to feel like I had to ask anybody anything for things that are ultimately passion projects on my end. So yeah, we opened up the One Sleepy Giant Patreon, and you can go ahead and check that out. I'll leave a link in the bio for it, but it's only going to be 2 tiers. I'm going to do like a $1 and $5 thing, and it's just generally for support and to help fund the projects I'm going to be doing moving forward. And after that, you know, generally I will do credits and shout outs and all the other general things that you expect when you do like YouTube Patreons, and I will be shouting out of like a bunch of people in future videos and all that stuff, all that good stuff. It's not required, clearly. I'm not gonna sit here and press forward, and I will probably just leave a link to it in every video moving forward, talk about it here and there, whatever. But the idea is that it's there. If you want to support, you can visit. You can, you can subscribe to the Patreon or however they go about that lingo. This is all new to me. I'm going to be trying my best to manage it moving forward. But yeah, so in advance, anybody who ever looks into signing up for the Patreon and supporting the channel, I will appreciate everything in advance. And that's kind of it. This is going to be the real end of the video, so thank you for your time. Hopefully this will be out right before New Year, so if that happens, then Happy New Year, and hopefully 2024 will be a great year for all of us. And if it didn't make it out by New Year's, same message. It's just like the Happy New Year's is going to be a little late. Whatever. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for your time.